Quote, "I was a hidden treasure, and I wanted to be known, and so I created creation." And the mind of God extended forth the definition of man, and in that definition was manifest a soul, and the soul is the extension of the manifest God. For all that was created in creation was known in the quiet mind contained in the unmanifest idea of God before the beginning. Each idea of God became manifest at the moment of exhale, either in spirit or in the eventual manifestation by nature, to be manifested in and through the machinations of nature. Man came into existence as a spirit containing soul, the aspect or element of the one love. But in coming into being at first as spirit, coming into being was expressed as a part of, but separate from, God. A part of, but separate from the one love. For in definition lies separation, and in separation lies identity, and in identity lies ego, and in ego lies will. It is in the will, the conclusion of man's formation in existence, that lies the quenching of the hidden treasure's desire to be known. Each human is a defined extension of God, a defined extension of the manifested one love, apart and separate, but a part of the whole, just as raindrops are a manifested extension of the ocean, apart and separate, but a part of the whole. The raindrop is a defined aspect of the ocean, a portion microcosmic in comparison, but ocean all the same. The difference is separation and definition. Each human is a defined aspect of the one love, a portion microcosmic in comparison, but of the one love all the same. When the raindrop returns to the ocean, it loses its definition, is no longer separate, and in losing its identity, becomes the ocean once again. When the idea of God became manifest, at the time measured as in the beginning, all creation was created, either in spirit or in the eventual machinations of nature. Man was created spirit, given identity as such, having come from the unmanifest mind of God, having origin in the non-existence, without expression or definition, and without identity, like the manifest raindrop is drawn from the immense ocean and given definition, expression, and identity as a raindrop through the machinations of nature. Man, imbued with soul, which is another word for the extension of the one love expressed, defined, separated, identified, was born into existence, into reality, as a spirit. It is through the manifest machinations of nature that the spirit is born into flesh through woman, furthering the soul's expression, definition, separation, and identity, ego, and will. It is in this most concrete expression of the soul, the human, that God derives his greatest pleasure, for it is in the human with his intellect who can discover the hidden treasure and who can bow his coveted supremacy amongst creation and allow his ego through his will to declare God's presence to all the elements of creation. It is in the exercise of the freed will that the greatest definition of the soul, the physical human, the physical being the greatest degree of separation from the one love, that God at a distance admires the manifest reality and existence as in a mirror, and admires the physical man who admires him. As spirit, man is less defined, less separated from the one love than the human who is physically defined. The spirit possesses identity, but is closer in form to God, less restricted by the machinations of defined nature, and is able to commune more closely with God. Definition expresses the limitations of boundaries and implies separation, and thus expresses restrictions. When the spirit, which contains the soul, becomes utterly defined as human through the natural, of nature, machinations of the body of a woman, the soul knows its greatest distance from the one love.